Yeah, welcome back to the channel. And we're going to have two interesting discussions. The first one is more of a celebration of the PFA award and those that got the award. Then the other part of it is about the trending discussion regarding Alexandra Isak. Well, let's start from the good news. Yes, the good news comes first, and it's all about the PFA award. As of last night, we got the full list of everyone that got the award, talking about the Premier League best 11, and the statistics is based on their performance from the previous season. Now, looking at the list, in goalkeeping department, we have Sales. The right back position is actually interesting because if you look at that back line, the back four, we don't have a proper right back in that position. But I'm not even salty about this list. I'm glad they did this way because everyone that got into that squad deserved to be there. In the back four, we have Saliba in right back, Van Dijk and Gabriel in that centre back position. Then at left back, we have Kekes. And moving over to the midfield, we have Gravenberch, McAllister, Declan Rice. In the attacking line, of course, Mohamed Salah is there. Wood of Nottingham Forest, they did really well last season. He is there. And Alexandra Isak. When I look at this list, I'm just full of excitement because I'm a Liverpool fan. And we have 5 Liverpool players in the squad. In fact, it could be 6. It could easily be 6 by the end of the transfer window. And out of the 5 that are currently in Liverpool, 4 of them were with us last season. Talking about McAllister, Gravenberch, Van Dijk and Mohamed Salah. Then Milos Kekes is the new addition to the squad. Him making appearance in this list is based on his performance last season for his former club. But at this very moment, of course, we are happy to have him in our squad. And then Alexandra Isak, who we are still going to talk more about, is also in this list. And I know the chances of him getting into Liverpool squad is kind of on a 50-50 percentage right now because a lot has been happening in this transfer window. And we've been hearing information from several news outlets saying that he is no longer interested in playing for Newcastle. He wants to move over to Liverpool. But at this very moment, at the moment of making this video, as of the time this award was officially given, everything is still based on probability. But regardless of what happens, this is the moment to say a big congratulations to everyone that got into this list. It is not easy. Think about it. Out of all the 20 teams, and for the most part of each team, they have 2 people in each position. So out of all the players out there, these 11 happens to get picked for the Premier League best 11, and each of them deserve the award. Now, talking of the PFA Player of the Year, best player of the year, I knew it going into the award that it has to be Mohamed Salah. Yes, it just has to be him. And of course, by the end of the day, he became the winner of that award. Now, the interesting piece of information you need to have is that he is winning this for the 3rd time. And that is the highest number of times any player have won this award in the history of the Premier League. So, a very big congratulations to Mo. His efforts are yielding very good results. And I actually like the statement he made after winning this award. If you check his page on X, and I also think he also made the same statement on Instagram, he said that it feels very good to win this award alongside winning a trophy. Yes. And he also said that this particular season, we need to be on repeat and we need to do better. So the ambition is there, and Liverpool are really interested in doing something magical this season. Now, let's move over to the man that almost stole the headline yesterday. Talking about Alexandra Isak. When this list came out yesterday, he made a statement because everyone in the list made an appearance in the event except Alexandra Isak. Yes, he was not there, and he made a statement on his Instagram page regarding the reason he couldn't make it. And I'm very sure that it is quite obvious if you've been very active in the transfer window. it is very easy to understand why he couldn't be there. There have been so many talks about his future and where he's going to be next season. This particular transfer window has been a very hot one for him, and I just don't want to imagine what it feels like to be in his situation. So he came out and made a statement, basically making it obvious that the reason he couldn't be there is because of everything that is going on. Additionally, he made a statement regarding what is going on between him and the Newcastle. And as you all know it, this whole saga, this transfer saga, has been going on for over 6 weeks. It has been going on for almost 2 months, and I've had so many people say that, well, if something is going on, we've not really heard from Isak himself. So many people have been criticizing his attitude, his behavior, and so many people are also saying, well, we need to hear from Isak. Interestingly, yesterday he came out to speak about what is going on. And this morning I'm hearing the same people saying that he should have spoken, saying that he's unprofessional for speaking. So this is a very dicey situation for him. And that is exactly why I'm saying that I really don't want to be in his shoe right now. Like, it is a very tough position to be in. And whatever happens by the end of the day, it still seems like Newcastle are not going to let him go. Because immediately after making that statement, I believe that in less than 2 hours, Newcastle also released their own statement. And the summary of that statement is basically that there is no agreement that states that Isak would be let go for any reason in this particular window. They're also saying that he's welcome to come back and rejoin the squad in training. So the saga is getting super hot. And as we understand it, Isak is saying, I'm no longer going to continue this relationship with Newcastle, because when trust is broken, the relationship can't go on. So as it is standing right now, it makes me very curious about the next step Liverpool will take, Newcastle will take, and Alexandra Isak will take. But whatever happens with that, in due time, I mean, the window is closing very soon, and we'll be getting a lot more information about this development before the closure of the transfer window. In fact, a lot of people are saying that we would get a proper information once the game between Liverpool and Newcastle United gets played. And as we all know it, that game is going to be played on Monday, next week Monday, which is basically like 5 days from now. Yes, so it is only after that game that we could be hearing something solid about Liverpool maybe making a proper bid, or Newcastle inviting Liverpool to make a bid, or even Newcastle saying that we are not letting him go, just like they've been saying since days immemorial. And of course, it will also be interesting to see what happens if Newcastle finally lands a striker. And thinking off the top of my head, I can't even think of a proper striker that is still out there in the market that they could possibly go for. So this saga is taking different shapes, and we are getting several information regarding it. So in due time, we would get to know what will become of the whole saga. But for now, the season has already started. Regardless of what is happening in transfer markets, regardless of what is going on with this whole saga, the season has started. The first game has already been played, and Newcastle really underperformed in that game. Yes, so they would also be asking themselves serious questions about what they need to do about this for the sake of the club and for the sake of the current dressing room they have.